Making a new start in a new country is always a gamble. But when you face tough times at home, the grass can look a lot greener on the far side of the world. For one family, a chance to find out could decide their future.
The Green family believe in living life with a positive attitude, but financial worries have put their world under threat.
I'm working harder, I'm getting more stressed, a big mortgage to pay, bills to pay. It takes its toll, I think.
So can Australia provide the new life they dream of?
We're going to be quite unstable financially for the first couple of years.
I wouldn't even consider living here.
It's a huge gamble for the family, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
It's a real wrench, a real wrench.
With its sunny climate and connections to the UK, Australia has always been a favourite destination for Brits seeking a new life. But leaving behind everything and everyone you know can be much harder than you expect.
The Greens have 1 week to experience living in Australia before deciding whether to make the move down under for good. Making that choice, though, could mean leaving their home in St Albans far behind them.
They fly from London via Singapore, spending 20 hours in the air and covering almost 10,000 miles. After touching down, thoughts quickly turn to the possibilities of living in Australia.
Journey doesn't concern us, really. It's just the thought of maybe, like, our grandparents not being able to come out.
I would imagine you put a few people off coming to visit.
Yeah.
Mind you, when they see the palm trees.
It's a typically positive start to the Greens week and a world away from their lives back in St Albans. School nurse Sally and her husband Mark are parents to 19-year-old Jake and daughters Ella, 15, and 11-year-old Izzy. Freelance photographer Mark has worked hard to build his business and support the family, but the recession has meant tough times.
Well, the lack of work has repercussions with the family because it means I'm seeing less and less of them. I'm working harder, I'm getting more stressed, a big mortgage to pay, bills to pay. It takes its toll, I think. It's a time for change.
Desperate for a better quality of life, the family was set to emigrate 3 years ago but couldn't sell their property and found themselves trapped.
I'd sort of come to the conclusion that that was it. We were going to have to stay in the UK.
We literally felt it was all taken away from us.
And unable to escape, things went from bad to worse.
We went through a stage where financially we were really struggling and I wasn't sleeping at night. My mum, who had had Alzheimer's, died quite suddenly. My dad had had a stroke. Jacob had been beaten up. Ella had had a spinal operation. And finally I ended up in hospital with pneumonia. And I think we just thought enough's enough.
It's been particularly hard the last few years especially. That's why we've been thinking about perhaps moving to Australia.
The Greens are pinning their hopes on a better life down under, but everything hinges on Sally getting visa sponsorship for an Australian hospital.
If I don't get the sponsorship, I don't get the dream for either myself or my family, which would be very difficult.
Student Jake may follow his family after completing his degree, but for Ella and Izzy, leaving friends and relatives will be far more immediate.
I'm worried about starting again, because even though I know the lifestyle will be so much better for all of us, I've got amazing friends here, and so to leave them, it's going to be really hard.
And for Sally, leaving her dad will be a painful decision to make.
It really worries me leaving my dad behind, because when we were looking at emigrating a few years ago, about the time we would have actually landed in Australia was actually the time that my mum died. And I think it was a real reality check, because had we landed then, I would have been on the next plane home again. So you realise that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, there's always going to be a pull back to the UK.
The Greens are willing to give up a lot to move down under, but there's no guarantee that life there will be any better. It's a big test of their positive outlook on life.
It's sink or swim, really. We've got to try and do something.
We just want a future.
We just want a future for us, not only for ourselves, actually. We're really conscious of the children. It's now or never, really.
If ever a family needed a new start, it's the Greens. But with so much riding on their week ahead, can the reality of life in Oz live up to their hopes? Or could their dreams be starting to unravel?
The family want to find out if Perth in Western Australia could be the right place for them. It's a fast-growing city with low unemployment and a booming economy, and should be ideal for Mark and Sally's work prospects. But can it live up to their hopes? Home for the week is the beachside suburb of Mullaloo, just north of the city. This 4-bedroom house is close to the beach with plenty of space to spread out, and should give them a great first taste of Aussie living.
Oh wow, look! Oh, this is nice. Lovely.
Right, put Ken on then.
They like what they see, but the reality of what's to come is starting to hit home.
It does sort of suddenly hit you that you've arrived somewhere and actually don't know a soul.
And we're sort of looking forward to looking around and see what Perth's got to offer.
I feel like as a family we're ready for an adventure.
Back in the UK, the Greens live in this 4-bedroom house in St Albans. It's perfectly suited to their needs, and they're hoping to find something similar in Perth.
The property we'd love to have is a bedroom each for the children and somewhere that's flexible for people to come and stay, because I'm hoping that loads of people will come and stay. The kids desperately want a swimming pool, of course, like most UK children.
It's more the area, really, to be honest with you. And hopefully if it's near the beach and near amenities, we'll be very happy, won't we?
They hope to raise £300,000 in equity from the sale and have a budget of up to $600,000 in mind for a future Australian home.
We've arranged to give the Greens a taste of Perth's housing market. We'll show them 3 options based upon what they want from their ideal home, what they can afford, and the real cost of property down under. After seeing for themselves what's on offer, we'll reveal to the Greens the price of each of the houses.
The search begins in the suburb of Ellenbrook on the north edge of the city. It's a relatively new area with lots of ongoing development, and being on the outskirts should offer value for money. But savings on prices could come at the cost of an established location. The 4-bedroom single-storey property they've come to see is a typical open-plan Aussie home. But what will they make of it?
Oh, lovely flooring.
This could be your chill-out room, guys.
Yeah. Oh wow, look at this.
Does he look?
Walk-in wardrobes. Oh wow, look, there's 2.
The house's stylish interior and open spaces seem to be going down well.
Would you like living in a place like this, open plan?
Yeah, I'm very open to anything, actually.
I don't know if it would just be too noisy, cooking, talking, eating, someone playing pool.
Mark seems less impressed, so it's on to the bedrooms.
At least there's no fighting in which room you're going to have. They're all the same.
Yeah.
I like the fact they're all big enough for double beds, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Better than at home, isn't it?
Yeah. Just anything bigger, really.
Outside there's a decent-sized garden with space to entertain.
It's very small, but it's actually beautifully designed again, isn't it?
Yeah. If you didn't care about a pool and that, then it'd be nice, I think.
Oh, guys, look, pizza oven. Rather than a barbecue.
That's nice.
I like the property, but the fact it hasn't got a pool would be a bit of a no-no, really. It's all nicely done, but it's not for us.
This house hasn't exactly blown them away, and they have no idea of its price. So how close is it to their £600,000 budget?
I reckon it's going to be just under the 200.
Yeah, I do. So 195 UK pounds?
I think so.
Yeah. OK, should we have a look and see?
Yeah, great.
Find out.
And
Wow, 320.
Wow.
That's more.
That's the price.
That's a lot more than we thought, isn't it? So it's the equivalent to 320,000 UK pound.
Well, that surprises me. I wouldn't even consider living here.
No.
Because we're so far from the sea, because we haven't got a swimming pool here. It's too open plan for me.
Yeah.
And it's facilities for the children. There's no infrastructure around here at the moment.
Yeah.
This house is £280,000 under budget, which would leave them virtually mortgage-free, but the lack of facilities and location hasn't impressed the Greens. So, can the next house offer them more of what they want? The destination is the family suburb of Darch, with plenty of schools, shops and sports facilities close by, and the beach a short drive away. It offers a far more lively location. And with 4 bedrooms over 2 storeys, it's a much closer match to their UK home, which should help the Greens feel more at home.
Here we go.
Look, everybody's dream, Jake.
Is this an office?
Probably.
Yeah. That's nice, open plan.
This is lovely.
So far, so good.
I actually think it would be lovely when we had visitors because it's be a bit separate from the family, which is nice. Got their own wardrobe, ensuite shower room. It would be really lovely, wouldn't it?
That's Grandad sorted. Upstairs there's a further 3 bedrooms, so plenty of room for everyone. In fact, things seem too good to be true.
This is another useful area, isn't
Oh, great, yeah, use it for a
I
dining
didn't
area.
realise there was a main road here, though. A shame, actually, because that's the swimming pool.
Oh, right, yes. You know what, I thought it was at the back of the house.
Yeah.
It is the back of the house.
It is
but
the back of the house, yeah, but it's the main road.
Oh, right. You can't have everything, can you?
No, you can't.
Okay.
A swimming pool was high on the Greens' wish list, but a house next to the main road definitely wasn't. Even so, they're staying as positive as ever. So, after discovering that property 1 was affordable, do they think that property 2 is within their budget?
Moment of truth.
Yep.
How much is it worth?
What do you reckon?
I think it's about £600,000.
Yeah.
English
Yeah.
pounds.
English pounds.
Because if you think about it, you don't know much about the area, but what we've seen driving up, it's not like the beach, it's not like loads of shops.
I was thinking about $800,000. Is that a price?
Oh, wow.
$850,000, so it's 50,000 out.
So that's at the moment, with the exchange rate, that's about 540,000 UK pounds.
That's about what I thought.
That's what I thought.
Well, it's a good price for the house, but it reflects in the location.
Yeah.
If you need a beach,
I suppose it'd be over £1 million, wouldn't it?
oh yeah.
Although this house offered plenty, it still hasn't lived up to the Greens' hopes. Everything now rests on their final stop. The third house is in the Ashfield area. It's close to the city centre, with good schools and popular with families. A central location should mean an easier commute to work, but will it come with a jump in price? With a pool, plenty of room and a great location on paper, this house should offer everything the Greens are looking for.
Wow. Cool, wow, this is lovely.
I think we should buy this now.
Yeah, sold to the Green family.
But bear in mind, how far away from the sea?
That's true, but we're near the city.
Yet again, the family are seeing the bright side, but could choosing between the city and beach be a drawback?
Oh, wow, that looks like a lovely garden.
Yeah, okay, that's nice and mature, isn't it?
Wow. Look at that pool.
There's a lake down there.
Oh, is there a swimming pool down there?
Let's have a look.
And look, it's got little the little huts we like.
It's
the
got a table and
tables.
seats.
Oh, this is nice.
What's in there? Is that an ensuite?
Yeah. Oh, my blue and white G goes so good in here for my white
Do you reckon
furniture.
this is your room, do you? That's a nice big ensuite.
The house seems to have won everyone over, but will it be worth giving up on a beach location?
It's got a swimming pool, it's got the grounds. From what I've seen so far, it's got the living accommodation, which we all like.
Near the city.
It's near the city. From what I've seen so far, it's got the living accommodation, which we all like.
Near the city.
It's near the city. So for me, this property, it'd be worth sacrificing the beach for.
Well, that's progress, and there's just the downstairs to investigate.
It's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, outside to the pool as well.
Oh, that is lovely. It could actually be like a visitor accommodation as well, couldn't it? Actually, it could be both.
Like there's like a pool or a tennis table there.
Yeah.
It's actually big enough for a whole family to stay in here. If you think about it, how big it is. You have like a double bed there and then a couple of singles here with the children and the.
Almost like a visitor's accommodation cum day lounge.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The Greens seem truly smitten by this house, but will its location put it over budget? Everything rests on the turn of a card.
My guess is it's going to be well over £1 million.
I think £1 million. I don't think it'll be over.
Moment of truth.
$1 million. Oh, 630,000 pounds.
Good value.
My goodness.
We just don't know, do we?
This
There's no
We've got no idea of prices and locations.
That is incredible.
I mean, we said at the beginning there's going to be a compromise, so it's either the accommodation will be small because you need the sea, or because you need the sea you won't need a swimming pool.
It's changing, isn't it, what we said originally, but yeah.
But that's always the way we look at our properties, isn't it?
Goalposts are changing, but they always do.
The Greens seem to have found what they're looking for, but it comes with a big price tag. And with uncertainty over their job prospects, will it put them under the same financial strain they want to escape from? The family have seen 3 different housing options with 2 clear financial choices. The first offered a mortgage-free future, but it fell well short of the lifestyle Mark and Sally were used to and would want. The second house offered stylish interiors and the swimming pool they craved, but it came with some noisy neighbours. House number 3 offered everything they wanted in an Aussie home, but they wouldn't be able to pay for it on Sally's wages alone. So which way will they vote on houses, Australia or UK?
Based on the properties that we've seen today, we've all decided to vote for
Australia! Australia. Yeah, you got it all. Yeah. All the way around. Well done. Well, we all picked Australia.
We all picked Australia, wow.
On the houses out there.
Amazing.
Well, you could probably tell that because
Not surprising.
No.
No, not surprising. We've suddenly sort of realised that maybe the goalposts changed a bit. And maybe it's a little bit about money, a little bit about location for ease of access to Perth. It's more about maybe the lifestyle and maybe less about having the beach on our doorstep if there has to be a choice.
I'm fairly optimistic with the price of this property, so tomorrow, hopefully, once we sort of have an idea what is on the job market and how much you're going to earn and how much I can earn, then we can sort of sit down and have a look at prices.
A full house of votes is a great start for the Greens, although it comes with a hefty price tag. The home they all fell for is way above budget, so unless they can find good work prospects and salaries to match, their new start could be a real challenge.
Back in the UK, Mark runs his own freelance photography business. He's built it up over the last 10 years, but the recession in the UK has hit him hard and motivated the move to Australia.
The bread and butter has gone in my industry, and the more lucrative work is getting harder and harder to find.
Mark hopes Australia could offer much better prospects, but it's Sally's nursing qualifications that hold the key to the move. As the main visa applicant, the family's dreams rest on her chances of securing a work sponsorship.
It would be very hard to give this particular job up because I do really love it. However, as it's the passport to be able to relocate to Australia and hopefully a better future for Mark's career, then obviously I'm happy to do it. But I will, doesn't mean to say I won't be really sad to give this job up.
In Perth, there's a lot riding on the day ahead. She's visiting one of the city's hospitals to find out about her prospects in Australia.
I sort of feel like I'm going for an interview really, so yeah, I do feel quite nervous.
Director of Nursing and expat Kath Smith is on hand to give her an insight into working down under. In Australia, Sally would work as a paediatric nurse. To put her bedside manner to the test, she's meeting Sherry Crocker and baby Jeffrey.
Hello, Jeffrey. Hello. I understand it's bronchiolitis season.
Yes, it
is. That
is.
what Jeffrey's got?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Jeffrey. That's not very nice.
But he's doing better.
In the UK, our bronchiolitis season, I always associate with being really cold and wintry and snowy. So even though it's not like that here, it's interesting to know that your winter is still a bronchiolitis season in Perth.
That it is.
So how have you found the nursing care on here?
It's excellent here. If you've got questions, they answer them and they help you if you need it and give you a break and do anything that you need that they can help you with. So
that's lovely. So do you think it'd be a nice place for me to come and work?
it would actually.
Yeah, and you think people are friendly?
They are.
Yeah, well, that's lovely. It's really important for me because obviously it's going to be a big move coming over from the UK. So to know that I'm going to come to a unit that's that's friendly is lovely.
It's vital that Sally can secure a visa, but for Mark it's just as important that he can find work, or the Greens will be jumping out of the frying pan into the fire. To get some advice, he's spending the day on the beach at a lifestyle shoot.
I'm hoping today to find out what the freelance possibilities are from my colleagues down there. It's going to be a great experience, so I'm glad to be here. Got my camera ready, so looking forward to it.
He's meeting freelance photographers Eric and Ian to find out about work prospects in Perth.
It's important for me to get up and running. I wanted to know what the sort of freelance possibilities are here in Perth.
Commercially, I mean, there's some good clients here for advertising. There's good clients here for mining. Yeah. So it's a matter of trying to have your own niche and trying to, go on the side or, try to get part of the market either way. Sure. If you are going to come over here and going to see clients, it's going to be 2 years before you start getting a good flow of your own clients, because it just takes some time,
Building up a new career could well take time and a lot of effort, but are the rewards worth it?
Let's just wait for that sun to come out a little bit. Over here, photographers charge between 1,200 to 2,500 a day. Yeah. Coming over here, you'll be able to get on your feet and go and knock on people's
Well, I've got to get on
door.
my feet pretty quickly. Yeah. I mean, as you say, I've got 3 kids,
Yeah,
and so my mentality is different.
Yeah.
I mean, as you said, I might have to sort of go into areas or go into the mining up north or something. I've got to sort of do a bit of research in there.
The rates sound good, but with no guarantee that Mark will find work, it's even more important that Sally has a good chance of getting that sponsored visa.
So there are going to be lots of opportunities for nurses in WA Health. This particular hospital is expanding, and so we are recruiting at the moment. We also have the development of a new tertiary hospital, the Fiona Stanley Hospital. That's going to be complete in 2014. So we will be reliant on a number of overseas recruitments for the workforce for that hospital.
In the UK, a nurse with Sally's experience and qualifications could earn £34,000. In Australia, she'll need to at least match that to make the move financially viable.
So Sally, I've printed off a salary sheet for you which just explains how the salaries work for nurses in WA. So I worked out roughly from your CV that you would be a level 1.5, which is $62,262 a year. Okay. That's a basic salary.
Probably that equates to about 40,000 English pounds.
Yes.
So it's obviously a better salary. So that makes me feel, quite positive. Thank you. Really kind. I feel like a huge weight's been lifted off my shoulders today, actually, because the whole future of my family emigrating out here relies on me getting a job and visa sponsorship. And I just was beginning to feel that was almost going to be impossible before, whereas now I feel it's almost a certainty. So it's a total change, and it's just lovely.
Australia seems to offer lots of promise, but is it worth giving up the job she loves to work full-time? The future of the move lies in Sally's hands.
Based on our experience, our vote today is
Australia.
Ooh, Australia. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Brilliant. Well, I can't choose because they were absolutely lovely. Both.
Oh, both?
I can't choose because they were lovely.
I thought we'd done it wrong
today.
then. When you went both, I went to Australia. I thought, oh, right.
No, both. Yeah, because I love the work today, but as you know, I love my job in the UK, so great. That's fantastic.
I know it's going to be a bit of a learning curve, and it's going to take me a year or two to get established, but if you're going to do it anywhere, you might as well do it here.
It's a mixed result for the Greens. Sally's happy nursing in the UK or Australia, but Mark knows building up his career could be a tough proposition. And with a possible dream house to pay for, everything hinges on the sale of their UK home.
We sent 2 local estate agents around to the family house in St Albans to find out what it might fetch on the current market. If they're to afford their ideal home, they'll need to raise every penny they can towards a house in Australia.
This is actually quite a big room and it's being made to look quite small. It's probably a little bit cluttered.
Very polite way of saying it's full of junk.
So it's a nice, bright, spacious kitchen which leads onto a conservatory with seating area. So this is a wonderful addition to the property too. Oh, so the garage space is being utilised as an office.
Yeah, it's a bit messy.
I thought your rooms were messy, but that's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, you're bad.
Nice sized double bedroom with the bay window from above the downstairs sitting room. Very nice room.
So this is the smallest room in the house, which is the 4th bedroom, which is being used as a child's room. So this is the 2nd bathroom, which is a bit dated, so it would require a bit of work.
That bad, it is.
In this current climate, I'd certainly expect this property to go on the market for around about £575,000. And if we were looking for a quick sale, we'd be looking to achieve around about £540,000.
But in today's market, I'd value this house around 625. For a quicker sale, perhaps just slightly under 600, maybe with an asking price of 599, 950.
We like him.
Isn't that exactly right, or was it a bit more? Yeah.
It's about right.
The lowest valuation of £540,000 is far less than they'd hoped for, and it was the failure to sell their house that put the brakes on their last move. But once again, Mark and Sally are remaining positive.
Let's check these figures over, shall we?
So will the cost of living in Australia dent their enthusiasm? We've prepared a comparison of the Greens' expenses at home and in Oz. Based on their calculations, they'll find out if they can afford to live down under.
So this is the grocery list.
Everything in Australia is more expensive. The final total, according to our shopping list, £121 in the UK and £202 in Australia. So even those small differences add up to quite a lot in the end, don't they? Okay, let's do the outgoings first.
And the grand total is
2,091
UK pounds, and now Australia.
2,482. It means we're going to be paying another £4,692 per year.
And your difference in the wages?
My wages, even at a much lower band of nurse grade in Australia, I'd still be £5,600 better off. It'll even out with my extra wages here and the cost extra of utilities and food here. We obviously wouldn't be able to afford the dream property.
That's lovely. I never expected to sort of come in and get into a property like that straight away.
We're going to be quite unstable financially for the first couple of years. But I think because we've been through quite a lot of stress in the UK, we're sort of almost used to it. So I think we're willing to take that gamble.
Well, if push comes to shove, I'm willing to do a couple of jobs out here. I mean, if it gets us up and running as a family, then I'll do that.
It's a tough decision. The Greens could struggle for the first couple of years in Australia, adding to their stress and pressure. Are they willing to take on the risk?
Well, potentially, it's going to be a lot better out here, I think, for us and the family.
Potentially, but initially...
But initially, it's going to be hard for the first year or two.
Yeah. But I think what we've got to think about is the potential for the future. So based on today's reality check, our decision is to vote...
Australia! So you did Australia as well?
I did.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well, I think potentially.
Yeah, I think potentially.
I think we've got potentially for work and potentially for the family.
Yeah.
I think
we feel a bit like we're sinking in the UK, and there's a possibility of really, you know, having a lot of optimism for the future here.
Yeah, making a difference.
Making a difference, yeah.
Mark and Sally seem determined to make the move, even though the figures don't look any better than those at home. But in their eyes, it's the Australian lifestyle that could make all the difference to the family. And with so many of them, keeping everyone happy could be a real test.
To give the Greens a taste of what Perth has to offer, they're heading out to explore one of the stunning beaches in the area. If they do make the move down under, it's important for all the family to settle in and make friends quickly. And for Jake at least, that transition could be an easier one. Back in the UK, he works as a lifeguard, and joining a lifesavers club in Australia could be a great place to make friends.
Jake's just come over from the UK, he's come to try surf lifesaving. I thought this would be a good chance for you guys to show him what you can do on the board and maybe give him a few tips.
He may have had experience poolside, but I'm afraid, Jake, in Oz, they do most of their saving on surfboards. So while Jake tries to stay afloat, Ella and Izzy meet up with some of the club's girl members, and they have something in common.
So, are you guys all here from Australia originally?
No. I moved here about 7 years ago from Milton Keynes in England.
So are you pleased you've made the move? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Australia has so many more options for us.
Because the thing I'd miss back at home is obviously friends and family and that.
Yeah.
That's why surf club's really great, is because it's a good social environment as well.
Yeah.
So not just your brother can join, but you two can as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It's definitely a way to, definitely if you come and emigrate here, then you'll be able to meet new people down here.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle rather than a sport. It's not a lifestyle,
And of course, the most important reason for the move to Australia.
Lots of boys out.
Lots of boys.
Hot bodies, good tans.
Yeah, you're gonna.
It's really the only reason we come to the beach.
surfer dudes?
Pardon?
Do you get like
blonde hair?
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
And Mark can see the benefits too.
I think they're in an environment where they can sort of come down and meet friends, and I think it's shown them that it's possible to make friends quickly.
Although Jake may not move over with the family straight away, it's still important that he could see a life for himself down under.
If I did come out here, I'll definitely do, so it has influenced me in that way.
And making friends seems to have come easy to the girls too, which will hopefully give them confidence about a move.
But I think generally Australians are all really nice.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see that they're not Australian, they're all from other countries. And the positiveness of how they've adapted here and the lifestyle. I think it's made me feel even more that I want to move, because if they can do it, I don't see why I couldn't.
A few hours on the beach has given the family a glimpse of how life could be down under.
I think it makes us feel a lot better knowing that the kids will make friends really easily, because whereas before we have a sense of duty as parents to try and make the right decision for our children, now I think that, it'll be their decision rather than just ours.
But it's not all about beaches and barbies. There's also plenty of parks and green spaces to explore in Perth, and one of the best ways of seeing them is on two wheels. In Western Australia, it's the law to wear a helmet when cycling, so the Greens are buckling up, but Jake and Ella decide to go on foot.
Keep up, guys. It's great. Oh, look at that.
Wow, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Look at that river, is it? Oh, look. Yeah. Are you the intrepid runners? I wonder when you're going to turn up. Wow, that's great, isn't it? So we beat you here, you never overtook us, did you?
I think I remember beating you a lot.
I think I remember being right behind you, which is pretty impressive.
Spending time together as a family has brought home the opportunities Australia offers.
Sally and I have come to a stage in our life with our age and professionally where we're looking for change and looking for an adventure.
I think we have to try and make a decision for what we feel is the right thing for all of us for the future.
If we came to Australia, like my mum and dad and all of us just see it's a new start, everything's over, we're all well, come out to the sunshine, have the nice lifestyle. And in reality, it might not be as good as we're saying, and we know that. But the fact that we can start over and just forget about everything and just have a new life out, an adventure really, a journey out here, yeah, I think it'll be good for all of us.
Mum and dad, they like go to work and then they come back and work, and like they said as well, it's like all they seem to be doing is working. So if we came out here, we'd like have more like leisure time, like make more leisure time, spend more time with the family, go down to the beach, and not just be indoors and then working and us just all around the house, just outdoors together.
I would like them to go ahead and move. I can always come out a later date or come on lots of holidays and visit. I mean, I'm not going to be living with them forever, so I want them to come either way, really, with or without me. Yeah.
It's been an ideal day, and I have a sneaking feeling which way this vote may go.
We've had a fantastic day today. The sun's been out and we've been cycling and we've been by the lake and eating ice creams. And our final vote for lifestyle is...
Australia! Would it be all put? Oh, if it was Australia and Ella's... Well,
I meant to do both, actually. but I did Australia for some reason.
You love Australia, Ella?
Yeah, I like the lifestyle here and that, but we haven't been able to like see as much as I want to. And like,
it's only on based on what we've seen.
And what about you, Jake?
Just the sun.
The sun.
Quite nice weather, yeah.
Yeah, it makes you feel well, doesn't it?
And like the beach.
And the beach, yeah. Of course, the beaches are so beautiful, aren't they?
Beautiful weather like this in the winter, it'd be ideal to go to work in this weather. To commute in this weather must be bliss. So Australia gets my vote today.
After another vote for Oz, the Greens have well and truly fallen for life down under. But there's still one final test for them to face, the reality of leaving behind the people they love.
I know we've had an amazing week, and I know I've watched the children's sort of emotions change towards the move to Australia during the week, but I'm a bit worried about them watching the DVD because I think, you know, it's going to be quite heart-wrenching, really.
No, but that's all part of the process, darling. You know, we're out here. I mean, we can't bring them over here for the experience and then, you know, not let them go through the difficult part, really.
Yeah,
of seeing our friends and relatives and how they feel about us. No, I think we should let them watch it.
Yeah.
Or watch it as a family.
Yeah.
Hi Sally, hi Mark, and the kids.
Hi Sally and Mark and the rest of the family.
Hello.
Hello Sally and Mark, I'm glad you've had a nice week in Perth.
I've been Sally's friend for just over 20 years and
she is one of my closest friends.
She's a great friend and she's very supportive with the kids and Mark and all the rest of the family. They're like our second family here in the UK.
We don't want them to go, but if that's what they want, we're very happy for them.
And we wish them the best of luck.
I shall miss them a lot. But I can't be sad for them because they have to do what they have to do.
It's just been so lovely having them there.
They're always there.
Well, our children have grown up together, all those years of parties and picnics and just everyday life, and suddenly it's a long way away, Australia.
Since my wife died 2.5 years ago, it's the family I'm closest to. I live near them. And if they go, it will leave a hole in my existence in St Albans, if you like.
Sally, Mark, you've been out there for a week
now. Just make the decision with your heart.
I know you've got to make a decision, but the decision should be yours. You shouldn't really think about us in the UK. You've got to think of yourselves. I hope you'll go, enjoy life there, and I shall be out to see you.
It's like, you know, Papa's like upset, but he just doesn't want to say it.
Yeah.
So
he's always been really supportive of us and always helped us when we need help. And yeah, I suppose I always envisaged that we'd be there for him as he got older.
So you can always leave a job, you can always leave an area, but to leave your friends and your family is a difficult thing to do.
We are very close, the five of us, but we're also very close to our friends and my dad at home. It's a real wrench, a real wrench.
Seeing their loved ones was a painful reminder of just what the Greens' new start would cost. And with so many question marks over their finances, making their final decision could be a real test of their belief. So will it be Australia or the UK?
I think the week we've had here has been more than I could have wanted, actually, because before we came I was really excited, really wanted to come. Then right before we came I thought, what am I doing? Can't possibly do this. Arrived in Perth and thought, don't know anybody. And from then on I've just had the most amazing time. It's been fantastic.
I was a bit apprehensive to whether I would like the area, like Perth, but I think after just being here a week it's wonderful, it's beautiful.
The opportunities that we've experienced and the lifestyle generally, like we've got a good insight of what life would be out here, and yeah, I think it's been good, hasn't it?
Yeah. None of us feel like drastically definitely not going or 100% are going, because we've all got the pros and cons of staying and pros and cons of coming out here.
There just seems far more opportunities for not only, you know, people of our age, but, you know, for children coming out of university as well. So yeah, it's all about hope.
I have to look after my interests and look after their interests, and hopefully as a family we'll make the right decision.
So will the promise of a new life be enough to convince the Greens that it's worth the sacrifice?
Based on all of our experiences this week, we've decided to vote for Australia!
You did both, Jake, did you?
Did both.
He's done both.
Why'd you do both?
Just for now, can't decide on 1 week's worth of seeing Australia, can't decide. Definitely 100% want to move here, so that's why I chose 50-50.
Just I think we need to give it a go, really.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good choice to make.
I'm really excited about the prospect of living somewhere else, and this week has just confirmed what I'd hoped, that, you know, living in the sun, feeling well and just trying out something new is really exciting, and life's for living.
After a memorable week, the Greens have been convinced that Australia can offer them a new start. They may have plenty still to do before they make the move, but it's a big step towards the future they dream of.
It's all change in Cornwall with Homes Under the Hammer next on BBC One. And later, after Saints and Scroungers, check out Britain's empty homes at 11:45. Joe's in Liverpool, where whole streets of houses have been boarded up for years.
Making a new start in a new country is always a gamble. But when you face tough times at home, the grass can look a lot greener on the far side of the world. For one family, a chance to find out could decide their future.
The Green family believe in living life with a positive attitude, but financial worries have put their world under threat.
I'm working harder, I'm getting more stressed, a big mortgage to pay, bills to pay. It takes its toll, I think.
So can Australia provide the new life they dream of?
We're going to be quite unstable financially for the first couple of years.
I wouldn't even consider living here.
It's a huge gamble for the family, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
It's a real wrench, a real wrench.
With its sunny climate and connections to the UK, Australia has always been a favourite destination for Brits seeking a new life. But leaving behind everything and everyone you know can be much harder than you expect.
The Greens have 1 week to experience living in Australia before deciding whether to make the move down under for good. Making that choice, though, could mean leaving their home in St Albans far behind them.
They fly from London via Singapore, spending 20 hours in the air and covering almost 10,000 miles. After touching down, thoughts quickly turn to the possibilities of living in Australia.
Journey doesn't concern us really. It's just the thought of maybe like our grandparents not being able to come out.
I would imagine you put a few people off coming to visit.
Yeah. Mind you, when they see the palm trees.
It's a typically positive start to the Greens week and a world away from their lives back in St Albans. School nurse Sally and her husband Mark are parents to 19-year-old Jake and daughters Ella, 15, and 11-year-old Izzy. Freelance photographer Mark has worked hard to build his business and support the family, but the recession has meant tough times.
Well, the lack of work has repercussions with the family because it means I'm seeing less and less of them. I'm working harder, I'm getting more stressed, a big mortgage to pay, bills to pay. It takes its toll, I think. It's a time for change.
Desperate for a better quality of life, the family was set to emigrate 3 years ago but couldn't sell their property and found themselves trapped.
I'd sort of come to the conclusion that that was it. We were going to have to stay in the UK.
We literally felt it was all taken away from us.
And unable to escape, things went from bad to worse.
We went through a stage where financially we were really struggling and I wasn't sleeping at night. My mum, who had had Alzheimer's, died quite suddenly. My dad had had a stroke, Jacob had been beaten up, Ella had had a spinal operation, and finally I ended up in hospital with pneumonia, and I think we just thought enough's enough.
It's been particularly hard, the last few years especially. That's why we've been thinking about perhaps moving to Australia.
The Greens are pinning their hopes on a better life down under, but everything hinges on Sally getting visa sponsorship for an Australian hospital.
If I don't get the sponsorship, I don't get the dream for either myself or my family, which would be very difficult.
Student Jake may follow his family after completing his degree, but for Ella and Izzy, leaving friends and relatives will be far more immediate.
I'm worried about starting again because